I'm Stefan Baumann. I would like to invite you on a special journey. Come along with me as we experience the thrill of painting outdoors. A 3-day workshop that will change your art forever. Encounter the grandeur. Feel the excitement. In one of America's most stunning locations, Mount Shasta. I'm Stefan Baumann, and welcome once again to another podcast. Today I discussed with one of my students the importance of inspiring others to create great works. Remember, we as humans are put here basically to just reproduce and go through our days. And without art, the world would be a different place. It is art that brings color and imagination. It causes us to dream and reach further beyond the stars. So today, I bring the importance of who we are as artists and what we are to the community. So sit back and relax and listen in while I discuss the importance to touch, move, and inspire millions of people. So what I always tell people about their feeling, just rest assured that this too shall change. And I will remind you of at a point where I'll go, remember when you said all you wanted to do was paint? What happened to that? You get so angry at art that you wonder, what the hell am I doing this for when I could be like enjoying my Sunday doing something that's, fun and adventuresome, and I'm here trying to struggle putting an eyeball on. So it's like it comes and goes, and right now you're here, and I love it. I love your energy. First thing, when you copy somebody's painting, it's an homage. It's like, oh, you're so good. Because we wouldn't choose. I've had people that I've gone to art shows, and when I was really quite young, I was on the cover of everything. There was a magazine by Grumbacher called Palette Talk, and I was on the cover of Palette Talk, and so I was like in every senior center rec room art class. They were copying my painting, and so I walk into this show, and this person's got a copy of my painting, actually really good copy. And I walk up to him and I go, where'd you get the idea for that painting? And he goes, he starts to and I go, he didn't quite confess that he copied it from another painting. And before he, I wasn't going to trap him, so before he started, he said, I said, that's my painting. I recognize it. And you see him all of a sudden go, oh shit, it's like, you're going to sue me or something like that. And so I turned around and said, I'm completely flattered that you chose to do that painting, and most wonderful thing, that gift that you've given me, and I'm just really inspired, and I said, good luck with it. Hopefully you sell it for lots of money, even more than I made on it. But the thing is, it's like, if you inspire people, wow, so Pia, she inspired you. And the thing is, all you have to do is go, I'm so inspired by you that I've got to do something similar. And the thing is, no matter how you try, it won't be a copy of hers. It's just, if all of a sudden you go, oh, I'm so inspired to do a landscape because I've seen one of your paintings, it's like, it's kind of the same thing. It's like, I'm like, wow, I inspired you. My biggest gift that I can give my students is what I just got from you. That you have made my day. When I know that you are so inspired to paint that you can't even, you would actually call in sick to go to work. My mission statement for the Grandview is to touch, move, and inspire millions of people. And when you tell me you're so inspired that you can't wait to get to the easel, you have fulfilled my goal in life. And my job is to get you so inspired that you inspire others. That's my mission. And there's no way I can inspire millions of people, but I can inspire lots of people. And then you go and inspire more people. And if everybody that I touch inspires from what we do other people, then I've fulfilled my mission. And so when you come back and say, I am so jazzed that all I want to do is do this for the rest of my life, and I don't want to go to work, I don't want to do anything, I don't care, what happens around the property can fall apart, I just want to paint because it's the most important thing to me, then I just want to give you a big hug and go, welcome to the world of being an artist, because you can't turn it on, you can't turn it off. It's once you become one of us, it's really frustrating because it's there all the time. An accountant could go to work and then come home and play with the kids and go to work the next day and have some time off. Artist is 24/7. And when it's great, you are literally living the life that God has given us. When it's bad, it's pure hell. Because you know what that feels like when you're not inspired. And to hear you giddy like a young boy just getting off for summer vacation inspires me. And thank you. That's quite a gift. So I thank you. So let me just ramble on and talk, and you just listen. And this is like your Zoom class. First thing, you will never grow if you overly covet your work. Thou shalt not covet your neighbor's wife or whatever like that. I don't know why it doesn't say the vice versa. Thou shalt not covet the neighbor's husband, but that's another story. The thing with art is that it's a continuous, Winston Churchill said that because he was an artist and he wrote a book, and they're just little insights to painting. He says it takes two artists to make a painting, one to paint it and the other one to hit him over the head to tell him it's done, And so the nature of art and artists is always to reach further and beyond. And you don't know what that is until you've gone too far. And, we've all gone too far on our paintings and sometimes regret it. Theoretically, when you paint a painting, and I feel that you're this kind of artist, you've just created an incredible painting. I'm like, wow, that's really beautiful. There's some issues with it, but it's really beautiful. I should be able to walk up to you in a classroom and go, wow, that is just really gorgeous. And, I'll reach down and kind of put some turpentine on my towel. And I'm kind of, and you're watching me and I'm going, this is just really the best painting you've ever painted. I'm really impressed. And then I go up and wipe it off and say, now do it again. See, the thing is, you'd walk out and hate me, but literally the message is it an accident? Do you own this? Or is this something you really know? And the thing is, I know I could do that with you. You'd break down and cry, but I know that I would do that with you because I know that this isn't an accident. I know you could do this again. I have that much confidence. You would freak out and go, what did you just do? And then try to recreate it, and you'll find out that I'm right, that you can. If you can't, then you have to figure out why, because it's not about painting great paintings, it's about learning how to paint. And if you can do it again, then you really own this so that you can do it over and over and over again. And I feel that, if something happened to this painting, you could do that. But you have to have that confidence that if you take this painting further and it goes too far, because you don't know how far too far is. You actually have to go there. You actually have to go there and go, uh-oh, I'm in trouble. And know that you have the ability to pull it back to what it was. That's why it's really crucial to know these things. And the thing is, what I don't teach you is how to copy a painting. I teach you how to recreate life, so that you even if the picture burned up or your subject matter light changes if you're outdoors or whatever, you kind of have to have the skills to be able to develop something from nothing. A writer doesn't start writing because he's reading another book and copying the pages and then making it his own. A writer starts with blank paper. So it's the same thing. You start with a blank canvas, and your goal is to try to recreate what's in your head and have the skills to do that. And that's my job, is to give you those skills and to inspire you and to motivate you and believe in yourself so that you can do that, because you need all these things, because artists are always, doubting themselves and contradicting themselves, and their fears and their goals, everything gets muckled up, and then they start drinking and then shooting up drugs and having promiscuous sex with strangers, and before you know it, they drive off the edge of a cliff in a drunken stupor and die. Just watch the movie Jackson Pollock, and you kind of get a synopsis of your future if you follow down into this realm. The thing is, Jackson Pollock he was brilliant because he was striving after something. You may not like what he did, but the thing is, that's what it takes is to see the struggle of trying to create something that's never been created before. But the problem with Jackson Pollock is that he realized that he was just not imitating anything that was done in the past, because that was his fear. He realized that his whole career was based on imitating that one painting. He got this new concept, and then he was a Xerox machine of the same painting over and over and over and over and over again. You see, this is what happens to artists when they find the shtick, the one thing, is that they become successful for it, and now they're in a rut with it. So how do you discover your thing? How do you discover what it is that you want to do? Some people say you don't discover it at all. It comes from the gods. In fact, the ancient Greeks believed that inspiration came from the gods. The Greeks called it genius. It's like your genius shows up, is now in your studio. And it's almost like it's like all of a sudden you have this incredible amount of wisdom that has just been like open to you. It's like a door. It's like, and the Greeks used to call that your genius, and it would show up. And what's important, that you're in your studio all the time working, and sometimes it's crappy and sometimes it's great. And what the Greeks believe is that the gods were the genius, the art god. There are times they'd show up and sometimes not, and there would be, and the only way that they can deal with that is to give the responsibility to someone else, something else, a god. So they go to your studio, just as and you could spend a whole day and do crap, right? And then so people would say to them, so how was your day in the studio? And they say, well, I showed up, but my genius didn't. And so because the next day they would be there, the same room, same environment, same supplies, and all of a sudden the genius shows up, and all of a sudden they create great work. So if that helps you deal with times when it's not coming to you like this, don't make anything out of it. Your genius didn't show up that day. But that doesn't mean that she won't show up tomorrow. So you just got to have that kind of faith. Hopefully this podcast has inspired you to do some good art. If you'd like to get more information on more podcasts, or on my YouTube station, or even my PBS show, you can do so by going to my website at www.stefanbaumann.com. And there you can get all of the information, including information on coaching. Or just give me a call at 415-606-9074. Again, 415-606-9074. If you'd like to get more information about coaching and taking your art to the next level. Until our next podcast, always remember to do good art and to paint with passion. You have a grand day.